to another interview with the Rocky and Derrick Show. Today we're at the Chavis Library in Greensboro, North Carolina with
Derrick
and
Mahfouz Afada.
About the concentration camps. This month they announced the name of it called Movable Trend Monster, which I think is sad, like the human rights law. And we see what a lot of cancer gathers to get people to pay attention to us.
Oppressors and policemen, and the blue people are the ones being oppressed. They're Uyghurs and the minority ethnic group of China.
Alright, so all the dolls here, they kind of like guarding the place, trying to keep journalists from investigating, preventing the Uyghurs from leaving.
So what are you guys doing?
We're doing a youth workshop to focus on social issues. So right now in a part of China, the Muslim population is being prosecuted and being put into concentration camps. We started doing this project on MLK Day at Dudley High School when Dudley High School invited me to discuss to do a service learning project about so I decided we're going to do a self-learning project about this social issue with the Muslims. And so we've been for several months now, we've been raising awareness, doing stop motion animation, doing illustrations, and just talking to the press and to the public about this crisis going on and trying to educate people and try to create discussion and awareness about this problem.
What made you want to do this?
Well, I just wanted to raise awareness for this social issue that's occurring over at China that not many people are aware of. We have to raise awareness for this so we can gain a wide enough audience to take action on this injustice toward the Uyghurs in China.
In what way do you get your message out?
We use various different type of messages. We talk to the press, we go to different areas, we explain this topic to young people. We do stop motion animation. We go on Twitter and other social media to talk about this. We gain a lot of attention nationally and internationally from this. Just looking at the statistics from my Twitter account, just how many people from all over the world is talking about this and pay attention to this. I receive messages online thanking us for our work, trying to raise awareness about this problem.
Well, we do raise the awareness by attending to certain events where we have a wide audience so we could teach them about these specific issues, like the Burlington Maker Fair. We went there once and we informed people passing by us. We put up the poster boards that I created so that other people can look at them and read the information on it and be aware of this issue.
Is your movement helping people in China?
It is. We're seeing a lot of positive response because we decided we announced just this month about we give a name to our activities called the Movable 21. And Movable 21 got 3 points. And these 3 points, if people in other areas start following these points, we can create a positive change. First point is we need to create youth leaders who can tackle this global social issue. We need to create stories like stop motion or illustration or short stories, novels, any type of creative products, artwork even, to raise awareness about this. And the third point, we need to start tackling the denialism and the eliminationism, this desire to remove the Uyghurs, all those things, how they attack the ideological framework that is leading to this prosecution and helping this prosecution to help tackle this social issue right now. So these 3 points we trying to like encourage people from other areas to follow the 3 points, because people are who like supporting the prosecution, they don't like the 3 points, because the 3 points is gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them mistreating the Uyghurs. These 3 points will prevent them from like victimizing and spreading disinformation and harming the Uyghurs, because these 3 points will like mobilize people to like stop the concentration camps. And so when we come up with 3 things that everybody should be doing to like stop the prosecution, and we seen that from the backlash that these 3 things are effective, because a lot of people who are against the Uyghurs, who don't like the Uyghurs, they completely despise the 3 points, which are youth leadership, creative stories, and creative projects, and tackling denialism and eliminationism.
Who are the Uyghurs?
It pronounced Uyghurs, and basically that's the main ethnic group being prosecuted. There are like millions and millions. I guess off the top of my head, I guess there might be 11 million people who are the Uyghur ethnic groups. There are other Muslim groups that are being prosecuted as well, such as Uzbeks and Kazakhs. But the Uyghurs are like the biggest ethnic groups. My father, you done research about that, right? You can explain some of that.
The Uyghurs are a minority ethnic group over at Xinjiang, China, that are getting prosecuted by the Chinese government. They get captured and rounded into the re-education camps that the Chinese government has created to contain them. Well, I'm using the term re-education camps to loosely translate to concentration camps, because what they're actually doing in those camps is a crime against humanity. They use brutality, torture, oppression in several ways, like camera surveillance around the cities and the towns, and destruction of the certain areas that the minority ethnic group lies in, so they could recreate those areas into concentration camps.
I mean, there are various different groups besides the Uyghurs, but all of them tend to be a group under like they call Turkic. They are related to the Turkish people, so people from from Central Asia, so Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, those countries right next to the western part of China. So they're different names for the people being prosecuted. They call different names by different journalists, like Turkic minority group, Turkic Muslim minority groups, minority Muslim groups, Uyghurs. Like, there are debates about how to call them all the time, but basically they are predominantly Muslims. So most of the population are Muslims. They related to the Turkic ethnic group, and also related to people who live in or connected to people who live in Central Asia countries. And so, but the biggest population are the Uyghurs, but it will complicate. There's just a lot of different groups who live in western part of China, but the Uyghurs are one of the largest.
Is it difficult trying to get your message out to people?
Not exactly. We have tried different ways, and most of them proved successful, so there isn't really any problem with that.
Yeah, we definitely been trying to work hard on this right now, just like talking to the journalists and talking to community members and talking to young people. We've been successful just trying to get this to spread nationally and internationally. Is something that I've been trying to focus on. That reason why we be trying to communicate this online some more and try and talk to people through social media about this, like through Twitter, about trying to raise awareness, especially about the 3 points. That pretty much 3 points are like the names, are like the 3 objectives that everybody who care about the Uyghurs should be trying to accomplish.
Will you be traveling to China as part of the project you're working on?
As much as I would like to take my father and I to China to investigate this, the problem, unfortunately, is that it's just a bit difficult. Like, people who might investigate this, they are at risk of being like arrested. They might be people they talk to might get thrown into concentration camps. Right now, there was a documentary on through a company through Vice where someone they disguised themselves as a tourist to try to go over there to that part of China to like investigate it. A bunch of people talk about how it was so risky and dangerous, how she might get thrown into prison, how everybody she talked to might get thrown into concentration camps. So it's like dangerous right now for a journalist to do that. For us, like, I don't know if we even allowed to go over there to investigate that for ourselves.
Would you like to travel to China?
I don't see myself traveling there. Like, as Mr. Wynn said, it could be very dangerous for us to travel over there, since there are multiple things that prevent us from doing so, as like the police force that could take tabs on us, that could identify us using different ways, and we could be under surveillance from several locations without even realizing it. So I don't really see myself in traveling to China during this time.
So what is your stop motion video about?
The stop motion video, we try to like show stories about the prosecution and mistreatment of the Uyghurs and other ethnic groups in East Turkestan. So what we've been trying to do right now is we just been showing the prosecution, but I want to tell a bigger and more complex story that can get attention nationwide and globally. Like, so we trying to create a story about like the prosecution and mistreatment of these groups in East Turkestan. So we basically, the story what we created right now was we got like all the Muslims are getting rounded up and being sent into the concentration camps, but I want to like build on that story and make that more complicated, make that more complex. So we decided to do like storyline with characters and plot development. We watching at Bulletin, we've been like do workshops with the kids about creating a storyline, and we trying to like create a story that can get people to be interested in the situation, and we might have some type of fantasy or sci-fi elements to the story. Because when we were watching, like when Mahfouz and I, we were at Bulletin and we were doing workshops with the kids over in Bulletin about this stop motion animation idea. We were like watching like animated clips from online, and there was clips showing like giant robots and stuff, fantasy elements like that. I was thinking, the kids we would decide we can add like a fantasy element that might be make it more interesting to create awareness and create social change. So we even made some robots out of the stop motion that we're gonna use for the story. But we try to do these youth workshops. We try to create a storyline and do complete our other objectives.
Do you enjoy doing the stop motion?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I enjoy creating creative projects so that we can inform people in a unique and distinct way so that they can pay attention and understand what we're trying to do.
How can people get in contact with you?
Through our Facebook page, which is Bookcase Operation. Just look at that on Facebook. Also through our website, which you can find through our Facebook page. Basically, the best resource will be our Facebook page. We also got an Eventbrite, which by looking us up on Eventbrite, you can find our events listed, or you can find us on find our profile on Eventbrite, because usually we announce events on there, or we announce it on Facebook, and so those places are linked to our website, which is it's super long to say. So just usually through Facebook or Eventbrite, you can find us. Just look up Bookcase Operation, or try googling us. You might find our website through googling us.
How can kids become a part of this organization?
Yes, we definitely we've been trying to find new volunteers and find youth participants for a long time, because usually just email me or contacting our Facebook page, and definitely we gonna start listing our email, which is bookcaseoperation@gmail.com, as one resource you can use. So that bookcase, that's BOOKCASE operation OPERATION @gmail.com. Email me through that email, or you can also try to usually contact us through Facebook, or Facebook is another way, but we definitely need more youth participants and need more volunteers, because even at Dudley High School, the counselor Odell, Miss Pello, has been sending out emails asking all the kids to volunteer with us, but it's just difficult. Mahfouz is one of the few people who very consistent, and he got his stuff together, but unfortunately for a lot of young people, it's just difficult to get them involved in any type of social issues and social awareness activism.
As a young person, how would you get other young people to get involved with social programs?
I'd say starting with creative projects that you can come up with to show wider audiences about this social issue, so you can gain supporters and followers for this project.
Well, thank you guys for letting me interview you. And thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, give us a like, and comment. And until next time.